Hello, this is Sid and Millie Chats. I'm Sid, this is Millie, and we invite you to be a fly on our wall. So what are we chatting about today, Millie?
So today we'll be chatting about Manchester United versus Bodø Glimt in the Europa League. Obviously Manchester United won 3-2. It was a great win for the squad, for the team. Ruben's first home game in charge. So a lot of good energy around the stadium, and a really important win as well in the Europa League. 3 points secured, second back-to-back win in the Europa League as well. So really important win for the team. So we're just going to be chatting about our thoughts on the game, and yeah, that's basically it.
Nice. So let's get right into it. What are your thoughts on the changes to the lineup today?
So there were some interesting changes made, but I think definitely makes sense. Ruben is still trying to get a feel of the squad that he has and the players that he's working with. Well, first, seeing Malacia come back into the starting lineup is pretty amazing. He was out for, I think, a total of like 18 months with his knee injury.
Wow.
So him getting the nod, getting a full start is pretty amazing, and he looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's much to criticize him. Obviously, the second goal was like a foot race. It was a bit unlucky, but I think with growing confidence and fitness, Malacia is a pacey guy, so I'm not worried about that. So that was one kind of big change. We also saw Mason Mount start. Huge for Mason Mount. We know that he's a phenomenal footballer. And Ruben has been extremely supportive of Mason Mount also. So it's really cool to see Mason Mount kind of having that backing, and again, being healthy and getting the opportunity to start, showing that the manager has confidence in him. And then we saw Højlund come in for Rashford up top. This is the type of system that he actually came from when he was with Atlanta. They also played a 3-back system. So he, after the game, did say that he felt very comfortable in this system. And I mean, if your striker is scoring 2 goals, playing the way that Højlund did, great hold-up play. Yeah, exactly, chef's kiss. So Højlund was fantastic. What other changes did we see?
Anthony.
Oh right, yeah, Anthony. So that's kind of a big one as well. We know Anthony works hard. We know that he has been trying to earn his place back. So again, I think it's like a great show of confidence from the manager to kind of reintroduce some of these players who kind of fell out of favor, at least with the fans on the back end. But at the end of the day, it's a new manager. Everyone has a clean slate, and I love that Ruben is giving everybody a full opportunity to be able to show what they can do. And I mean, again, Anthony played an important role in the game, in the win, so you can't overlook his importance in the role. So I think it was a good tryout for him, honestly, and maybe a sign that he can get back into working order. So it was good to see him out there as well.
What were some positive takeaways as well as some challenges that United faced in the game?
Good question. So some positives were definitely getting the 3 points, getting the win at home. A lot of players getting back into fitness. Some players getting an opportunity to show what they can bring to the team. Overall, we could see a clear style of play, a clear intention that Ruben has already inputted on the team. We can see the style of football that we're trying to create. We can kind of see how Ruben's system almost suffocates teams. And again, we'll have to see once we get back into the Premier League what that will look like against stronger competition. But at the end of the day, you can see the system that he's trying to create. So I think that that's a huge positive, that we already have a clear vision of what he wants to do and the way he wants to play. Some of the challenges, obviously, we don't want to be giving up too many goals, 2 goals. Obviously it's exciting when football is end to end, but yeah, we definitely want to be able to kind of smother those chances. Last season we saw kind of a lot of teams score on us via the cutback finish. So it was kind of upsetting to see one of their goals kind of be in that same sort of fashion. So I mean, some of that is a little bit of the transition. Obviously, we kind of brushed on the Malacia one earlier on, and that one was just a foot race. But you know, we have to ask the question of how was that ball able to be played in behind? What led up to that longer pass being able to get to that point? Where was our pressure slow? Was the guy who hit the ball, did he have too much space? You know, so there are always moments that lead up to these goals. It's never ever just pinned on one player.
Right.
You know, I saw some nonsense online trying to blame Onana for a goal that was hit literally upper 90. I mean, it's just some of the rhetoric you see is just ridiculous. You know, Onana once again made great saves, once again showed how important he is. Another positive performance from him overall. But again, we don't want to be giving up those sorts of goals.
So who were some of the standout players for you in this game?
Standout players. I think first you have to shout out Højlund. 2 goals, fantastic for him. Seeing him back fully fit and things, it's fantastic to see him score. Score twice. And well, I guess his celebration was also pretty sick. He did the gladiator, the up and then the down. That was pretty cool. So yeah, that was fantastic to see Højlund back in action, back on the score sheet. Probably one of the biggest standouts would be Ugarte. Can't forget about Ugarte. It was phenomenal seeing him start as well. I kind of mentioned him in our last video, kind of like the absence of his ball-winning ability and athleticism in the midfield, that you could definitely kind of feel that like absence without him. And yeah, the role that he plays is immensely important, and he had a phenomenal game, got an assist. So yeah, can't complain about that. He did exactly what we expect him to do and more. To be a ball-winning midfielder and be contributing to like attacking the like goals is really sick.
What are some of the notable statistics for Ugarte today?
Yeah, so kind of like continuing about Ugarte's importance in the midfield. Yeah, so this is something I pinned that was Ugarte's game by numbers. So he had 100% successful take-ons, 92% pass accuracy, 78 total touches, 4 passes into the final third, 4 tackles attempted, 4 tackles won, 3 interceptions, 2 clearances, and 1 assist.
Wow.
So, I mean, obviously statistics are one thing. You can see it like when you're like watching the game, his importance, the way he's closing down spaces. Another standout would be Luke Shaw. He was a second half substitution, but his passing is just fantastic. I mean, the way he can play in between the lines from the back. Obviously, it's a huge advantage having a left-footed like player on the left side. And we see that with Lisandro Martinez. Also, he's also fantastic at playing out of the back. But it's just so important to building play forward, having individuals that can play in between lines and play some of those like higher risk passes, but still connect them. And that kind of highlights Højlund's importance as well when he's able to hold up those balls and then play in between the lines. It's so important. But yeah, Luke Shaw was fantastic when he came on. Mason Mount had a great game. The goals are going to come for him. He had 2 pretty big chances. Once he starts scoring, I mean, that turns that 3-2 game into a 5-2.
Yeah.
So again, don't even have to really get into it. Mason Mount, it's coming, and he's going to be fantastic when he's like fully fit, fully confident. The King, Mazraoui. All right, I pulled up another one. Shout out to Statman Dave, because he pulled all these stats. But listen to Mazraoui's game just by numbers. Obviously, we saw his assist. We saw the way he's just calm, cool, collected under pressure. Just a fantastic player, great defender. He's the most tackles in the Premier League right now. So I mean, when it comes to tackling defensively, massively important. But again, when we talk about building possession, when we talk about keeping possession, taking care of the ball, guys like Mazraoui are who you need in your system. Someone who can play anywhere, who's comfortable anywhere, who's confident on the ball, who takes care of the ball. It's amazing watching him play. That might actually be the signing of the summer.
Wow.
Mazraoui. kind of unbelievable. So anyway, here is his game by numbers. He had 139 total touches.
Wow.
100% cross accuracy, 95% pass accuracy, 86% duels won, 21 passes into the final third, so like attacking forward passes, 8 ball recoveries, 5 out of 5 tackles attempted and completed, so he was 5 for 5 with defensive actions. And then he created 3 chances and had 3 big clearances. So it was just, I mean, another fantastic game from Mazraoui. He's probably been, other than Onana, probably one of the most consistent players that we've seen this season. Yeah, and he's played in a bunch of different positions. He's, in the game, he's all over the place. He's just, he's for the badge, and it's amazing to see. He's fantastic. So, unbelievable signing. Shout out to Eric for that one. So yeah, Mazraoui was fantastic. Garnacho's just gotta honestly stay out of his head, probably stay off Twitter. Yeah. Like honestly, man, like he's doing the right things. He's dangerous. He's a great attacking player, but like don't be pressed. Literally goal of the season last year. Relax. He's gonna score so many goals. And when that happens, you'll be surprised how quick all the trolls are gonna just disappear.
Of course.
Bruno, of course, fantastic, pulling the strings. Maybe a little bit more quiet for him in terms of like the score sheet, but he had some shots. They got blocked. Again on a different day, those can be it too. So yeah, just doing captain things, playing the role that's needed. And yeah, gotta appreciate that.
So looking into this weekend, what do you think we should expect in terms of changes to the lineup? Kind of, what do you think?
Yeah, that's a tough one. So yeah, 6 changes going into this game against Bodø Glimt. So I think for Everton, I think we'll probably see a few changes again. I think a few of the guys who, I'll use what I said last time, some of the guys who've shown pretty bright will probably maybe have earned a start now in the Premier League. I think that will most likely be Højlund. I think Ahmad will probably still get the start. I think Garnacho definitely has earned a start. But I think defensively as well, I mean, some guys we know, Mazraoui, indefinite starter. De Ligt was fantastic. Lisandro Martinez. We know we're going to see some of those staples continue to be staples. Bruno Fernandes. So where it will be interesting is maybe the wing-back position. So whether Dalot will go ahead of Malacia, whether Luke Shaw will get the nod. Some of maybe those positions will be kind of more up for grabs. Maybe the Casemiro versus Ugarte, or maybe the two of them. I don't know if they'll play alongside of each other. Again, there's just so many players up for the viable spots. Yeah. So yeah, I guess overall what we can expect to see this weekend is more changes. Some players who performed really well, especially such as Højlund, will most likely get the start against Everton. Every other position is probably up for grabs, so we'll just have to kind of see what Ruben does, see what changes he wants to make, and yeah, I think we can expect another pretty dominating performance. I would be worried if I was Everton. That's all I would say, but I think it will be another exciting game, so looking forward to it. The mindset will be interesting. The energy is a little different right now. Like, it just feels like momentum is starting to shift United's way, and maybe we're at that top of that hill right now, where once that ball starts rolling, it's going to be hard to stop this squad. And I think there's just so much talent, so much potential, that it could be time. It really could be time. So we'll just have to take it game by game, remain confident, but also realistic with the expectations. But I think overall we're feeling positive, we're feeling good, looking forward to the next game. Yeah. So that was our thoughts on Manchester United versus Bodø Glimt in the Europa League. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. Ooh. Yeah.